Welcome to this tutorial, a beginner's guide to Vue for React developers. If you've been working with React and are curious about exploring Vue, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of Vue's core concepts and how they compare to React. We'll start with setting up components, explore styling options, dive into state management, and much more. All you need is some basic familiarity with React, JavaScript, and a code editor like VS Code. Let's get started. Let's start with React. React is known for its declarative and component-based architecture. Here's how you can create a simple functional component in React. Now, let's break this down step by step. First, we define a function called example component. This is a functional component, which is the simplest type of React component. Inside this function, we use a return statement to output JSX. JSX is a syntax extension that looks like HTML but works in JavaScript. In this case, it renders an H1 element with the text "Hello, React." Finally, we export the component using export default. This allows us to use example component in other parts of our application. Think of a React component like a reusable Lego block. You can build an entire UI by combining these blocks. Remember, React requires JSX for its markup, so you need to set up a React environment that supports JSX compilation. Next, let's see how Vue handles components. Vue takes a slightly different approach with its single-file component structure. Here's an example. Here's what's happening in this Vue component. We start with the script setup block. This is where we'd write any logic for the component, like defining variables, methods, or importing dependencies. It's empty for now because this component doesn't need any logic yet. Then we have the template block. This is where the HTML-like syntax goes. Inside, we've defined a single H1 element with the text "Hello Vue." In Vue, this whole structure would typically live inside a file with a Vue extension. The separation of logic and template is one of Vue's defining features, making it intuitive to work with for developers who prefer keeping their HTML and JavaScript distinct. Now that we've seen both examples, let's talk about the key differences. File structure. In React, components are often written in JSX or JS files. In Vue, components use Vue files, which combine script, template, and optionally style in one place. Syntax. React uses JSX, which combines HTML-like syntax with JavaScript logic in a single file. Vue separates the logic, script, and markup template into different sections. HTML representation. Vue's template block feels closer to writing pure HTML, while React's JSX interweaves JavaScript directly into your markup. Each approach has its strengths. React's JSX offers greater flexibility and integration with JavaScript, while Vue's single-file components encourage clean separation of concerns.